Hello, ladies and gents. I hope that everything is doing well with you. Today's video is going to be about the future of COD in the Arab world. Will it extinct or evolve? So basically, in this video, we are going to talk specifically about COD business, okay, or COD business model, and we are going to see, the current state of the COD or cash on delivery state or current state. We are going to see the common changes in the COD econ business, and we are also going to see will COD disappear one day. And the last thing is that, how should merchants like yourself prepare for what's going to happen in the near future? All right, let's dive in. So basically, cash on delivery nowadays, specifically in Arab countries, and we have to, note that this video is only dedicated to COD business in the Arab countries. Okay, we are not talking about USA, Europe, Asia, or something like this. No, we are only and merely talking about COD in Arab countries. So basically, what is the current state of the COD market at the time being in the Arab countries? So basically, we know that 60 to 80% of Arab countries are basing and utilizing COD as their way of buying product. You know what I'm saying? And most of Arabs do the same. So basically, at the time being, COD is still dominant, but at the time being, also in the Arab countries, there is kind of low confidence in the electronic payments. So basically, people don't pay utilizing their credit card because they are scared of scams and stuff like this. So basically, they are used to utilize cash on delivery because it's anti-scam. You know what I'm saying? Because you will receive the product and then see the product and then you can pay for the product. Besides, we have something called the customer habits. The customer habits are used in the supermarket, in like any probably any interface when they go or when the our people go to buy something. First, they take the product first and then they pay for it. You know what I'm saying? For example, in the US, there is Target. For example, you go there, you pick up your product, and then you pay for your products. You know what I'm saying? So people are accustomed to these behaviors and these habits. You know what I'm saying? That's why they are not used to pay for things online. Okay, and but at the time being, COD is facing some critical challenges. For example, there is a high cancellation rate when it comes to confirmation, and that's due to some people are not that interested in the product. All they do is that they take the order or place an order, and then when you call them, they don't confirm or don't even answer your call. Second thing, additional cost to stores. Basically, COD has so many fees. You know what I'm saying? Like it's literally filled with fees. That's what makes people in this type of business don't even break even. You know what I'm saying? Which is literally hard. Okay. But the biggest problem that cash on delivery is facing at the time being and was facing since day one is the slow cash flow. And this is a killer challenge that every cash on delivery business is facing at the time being. And I believe that this problem does exist since day one. You know what I'm saying? Because the cash flow is so low, because you don't take your profits until after a week, 2 weeks, probably sometimes 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So you have to stop your business and wait for your profit so that you can utilize that profit to remarket your business and restart your business again, which is a very, very big problem. Another thing, that's the customer service pressure. So basically, the customer service or your team has so much pressure that they can manage or they have to manage the confirmation, the call, the support. You know what I'm saying? Like the follow up, the cancellation, and a lot of things, which is literally a big challenge. Okay. Now let's move on to the section two, which is the coming changes. Now we are going to see the coming changes that's that are going to occur, in the upcoming not years but months. Okay, starting from this year. All right, because this is important. So nowadays, digital payment is expanding, you know what I'm saying? So this generation is utilizing, I'm talking about generation Z, or generation Z. These people are 100% focusing and depending on the digital payment. They are paying everything online. They are used to do so. They are um ordering food, ordering Ubers and stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? So people, or this generation, or the upcoming generation, is literally used to digital payments because they are exposed to the whole world. They see everything on TikTok. They see the whole world in TikTok. Like you know, in the contrary, the generation X and the generation Y, they have this problem, which is they were not exposed to this type of culture. You know what I'm saying? So that's why COD nowadays is going to start diminishing a little bit because people are getting used to pay online. And also there is a lot of fintech companies in these Arab countries that motivates people and simulate people to start paying online, pay your tax online. Nowadays in these Arab countries everything is online, so people, I'm talking about the X generation, are paying the taxes online. They are paying the loan online. Everything is paid online, their Wi-Fi subscription, whatever. So they basically, all the bills are paid online, okay, not offline. That's 100%. And I am one of them. I pay literally everything online. I cannot even remember when was the last time that I pay a bill offline. Okay, so moving on to the next argument, which is the new generation is more comfortable using electronics, and we have explained that people they have Apple Pay, all these things right now to start paying this stuff. Also, the shipping companies now are pushing people to reduce utilizing cash on delivery because it has so many risks. Cash on delivery is bringing up a lot of problems to the shipping company as well, because for example, in the cash on delivery there is a lot of returns because the customer has nothing to lose. Okay, because they can, for example, order the product, confirm it, but whenever the shipping company is calling to deliver the product and get paid, nobody is answering. That is to say, the shipping company is losing a lot of resources in this process, and people know that in cash on delivery there is high rates of return, which is a big problem. But when it comes to the prepaid business, which is the contrary of cash on delivery business, there is a very low rate of return. That's why the shipping companies nowadays are um you know motivating people to start using the prepaid methods instead of cash on delivery methods. So basically, these are the changes that are coming. If you're still utilizing cash on delivery, I'm not saying that you should stop using them. All I'm saying is that you have to use both. You have to use the prepaid and cash on delivery. Okay, you have to have these two payment methods so that you can cover all the generation, and we are talking about generation X, Y, and Z. Okay, or Z. Now let's move on to the next section, which is, will COD disappear in the future? I don't believe that it will disappear completely, but I do believe that it will be reduced, and it start already reducing, especially when it comes to big brands. You know what I'm saying? Because big brands, or the customers of the big brands, are paying online instead of the cash on delivery. All right. So basically, I do believe that millions of Arab consumers stay and will stay relying on cash on delivery payments methods daily. Okay, and also people will still use the cash on delivery method in some countries or in some Arab countries. So that's why you should not or it will not be like disappeared completely, but it will be going, or it will be uh, like vanishing a little by little, until probably like just 10 or probably 15% of people still using or will be using the cash on delivery method. And this actually like had already happened in countries like the US, you know what I'm saying? Like probably in the 90s or the 80s, you know what I'm saying? So basically, this is where the world is going right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. Second thing, I believe that's, as I said, like, it will not completely be disappeared, but it will be like developed a lot by so many like startups that are based or like like focusing more on the COD business model. For example, ego.com like will enable you to integrate your store with your business, integrate your shipping company with your business, so that you can automate the whole process and manage everything at once. So basically, some companies are going towards this section. Okay. Moreover, the market where it will remain essential. We're talking about the COD. I'm talking about Egypt, Morocco, Algeria, and Saudi Arabia. Basically, this country COD will be in it, like dominating, or will be still dominating in these countries, and I do believe that it will be almost vanished in the other countries. So basically, these are some like answers to, will the cash on delivery business disappear soon? I believe not completely. Okay, that's the final answer. And now the most important part, which is, what should merchants like you prepare for? What you should do. Okay, so basically we have 6 steps that you should literally doing or be doing, so that you can keep up with where the cash on delivery is going right now. First of all, you have to automate the confirmation process utilizing WhatsApp. Okay, if you are not automizing, or making the confirmation process automated 100%, you are exerting a lot of effort, and also you are losing a lot of money. So that's why you should literally automate this, probably 30 or 50 or maybe more percent. This is a must do. Okay. Second thing, track abundant vehicle. Oh, sorry, this is not vehicles, but abundant cards. Okay, not vehicles. Sorry for this mistake. So track abundant and not vehicles, but cards. Okay, so this is concerning people who are utilizing the prepaid method, and 30% of the people who adds to cart never finish buying the product. So all they do is that they add to cart and then they leave. That's 30%. That is to say, you are losing 30% of your sales monthly. Okay, that's a big problem. That's why you have to track them, and also try to remind them that they forgot the product in the basket, and try to give them some offer so that they can complete the purchase process. Third thing, integration with shipping companies. We already talked about that. Igro.com can do that. You can integrate your business with Igro, and Igro with your shipping company, so that whenever an order is confirmed, it will be sent directly and automatically to the shipping company that you have integrated with Igro.com. Okay, this is a must have. The fourth advice is that accurate report for faster decisions making. And I believe that people nowadays should be having a source of data analytics, so that they can analyze the data and take better decision. For example, I would recommend 3 tools. First of all, I would recommend Hotjar for the heat map, and for tracking the customer journey. Second thing that I would recommend is using Google Analytics, because this tool will allow you to analyze and see the data at very, very, very deep, and probably the deepest data of your business states. Also, I would recommend utilizing Google Search Console so that you can see what problem does your website have, like what are the search terms that people are using to find you out on Google and stuff like this. So this is a must. Last but not least, we have the launch WhatsApp campaigns. WhatsApp marketing campaigns is very essential so that you can have some acquisition rate that is a bit higher than you, not the acquisition but the retention higher, because you have to focus a lot on the acquisition, on the retention rather than the acquisition. Okay, so this is a must nowadays. Okay, the last point that we have to see here is to monitor your team performance. Okay. And I believe that there are a lot of businesses that don't monitor their team performance. Okay. So they don't have no idea on whatsoever their business partners or your team is doing. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the domain of cash food delivery, because a lot of people don't use such tools. So basically, a group can does that, so that or can do that, so that you can track the performance of your team members and see who's working better, who's not, who needs support, and so on. And this is mandatory because sometimes you might be having a very bad team that drains your business uh, resources in vain, and you have to kill them, not literally, but kill the weakest points, and then proceed in your business. And basically this was the video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video with us. If you have any comment, any note, anything, you can leave it in the comment section below and I will answer each one of you guys. And make sure you have a beautiful rest of the day. Bye bye.